start lower. I'm gonna hold the bottom of the helmet as she crosses through the threshold. And action.
I can't remember when, but my mom had emailed me because one of her good friends reads everything and had told her Rooney has to be the girl with the dragon tattoo. She's perfect for it. I looked it up and I saw the pictures from the Swedish thing and I was like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like, whatever. But I forwarded it to my agent because I always do if there's a project that my mom from books like thinks would be good. And so I sort of like was tracking it from even before, and then when I found out that I hadn't read the books yet or seen the movies, and when I found out David was gonna do it, then I kept like really inquiring about it.
One day I was talking to Lorraine, who does casting, early on when I first went in and was trying to start prepping and doing vibe boards. And she was just like, I have seen thousands of tapes. You know, it was the whole thing of where she said everyone you could imagine sent in. Everyone who'd read the book thought they were this girl, librarians from Ohio to like soccer moms from Miami, like whatever, you know, sent in tapes. And, you know, she's like, we kind of have to look at everything because you never know. You don't want to miss someone.
I went and saw the Swedish movie with my friend and she was like, why did we see that? Like, which girl are you like going in to meet for? Like, Harriet? Like, that's such a small part. Why are you making me go see this movie, like, for your jet? And I was like, no, the girl. And she was like, you can't play that girl. And I was like, fuck you, I can do whatever I want. But I did, after I saw that, I was like, God, like, she's incredible.
Were we on 2?
We were on 2. Now I don't know where we're going.
I don't know where we're going here. Let's go back to 1.
Press 1.
We saw a lot of people. Saw a lot of wonderful people, a lot of people who are really talented and really eager and ready to give it their all.
Cheek on a little bit more.
David denies this, but he did not want me to read for it at first. I got an email from my agent saying, you know, David doesn't think you're right for it. He doesn't want to see you for it. And I was like, okay, I can understand that, because I don't think I'm right for it either. But then, you know, like, all of this stuff was coming out about this person's going up for it or that person, and I was like, wait, if those people are maybe right for it, then there's no reason he should not see me to read for this part.
Actually, Sion brought her up. Sion said, what about Rooney? And I was like, Rooney's kind of, you know, we cast her in Social Network because she was sort of Catherine Ross. You know, I wanted that squeaky clean, the girl who got away.
You know, on Social Network, I literally was only there for 4 days. I didn't really get to know David at all. And I don't think he really got to know me except for as Erica Albright. And Erica Albright, of all the parts, I really don't understand that kind of person. I don't know how to be Susie College. I don't really think that I'm that girl. But I think, you know, because I was only there for 4 days, that's sort of how David saw me, was as Erica Albright. They were having people come in and read a poem. You had to choose a poem and read it in a Swedish accent. And I had picked a poem and prepared it, and then literally a few days before, Lorraine emailed me sides and was like, I really want you to actually read. You know, no one's come in and read from the script yet, but I would rather you read sides than a poem. So I did the scenes, and then I think it was like a week later, I was at some film festival in Provincetown, Rhode Island, and Lorraine called me. It was my manager, and she was like, David emailed me in the middle of the night, and, you know, these are the things he wants you to know. Like, he really responded to your tape. He wants to test you, but he wants you, you know, because you guys have worked together and he knows you, he feels that you need to know these things before you go any further into this. And she basically just gave me, you know, if you get this part, you're gonna have to become a smoker. You're gonna have to learn to ride a motorcycle. You're gonna have to cut your hair. You're gonna have to do this. You're gonna have to be naked. She just gave me, you know, a laundry list of basically reasons why if you don't wanna do those things, then don't bother coming in to test. So I think after I got that call, I knew he was really serious about me.
And action.
And that's when I read the books. I had seen the movies at that point, but I didn't want to read the books until I knew that I had a serious chance at it, because I know myself, and I knew if I read the books, I would become obsessed, and then it would just be that much harder if I didn't get the part.
And offset.
Tall guy on the outside.
Okay, I had the tall guy on the inside because I wanted to accentuate Rooney's smallness. But that's okay.
Should I take off my shoes?
We don't see your shoes. Okay, here we go.
You're making an iconic movie about a character that's supposed to be really short.
I tried.
When I read the books, I was like, I can do this. What she did is incredible, but there was room for a completely different interpretation. So I was really nervous about it up until I had finished reading the books, and then I was like excited that I could bring my own thing to it.
It's not daylight anymore. This is when she's going for a candy bar, so it's nighttime. Okay. So we're just gonna come straight down the middle of this on the 21. I think we're gonna want to be up kind of this height, and I'll stabilize it later. So let's put a.
We had 3 scenes that we were supposed to do, and then 3 days before the test, they sent the rape revenge scene. And they were like, oh, we've added this scene. And I was like, you've just added this scene? It's like 7 pages long. It's the hardest scene in the script.
Don't worry, I pre-chewed that one.
So that was really scary, but I knew that they really meant business when they sent that scene, because that scene really weeds out, you know, the people who can or can't play the part. Take a bite out of this.